welcome back to Silver Thread Sewing. I'm Diane, and this is Friday Sews. Today is Friday, May 5th, so it's Cinco de Mayo. And yes, I do sound funny saying that, but I hope everybody's well, and I hope you've had a good week and are ready for a good weekend. Hope you get to sew some. I didn't get to do a Friday Sews last week. My husband and I both came down with the dreaded illness. And the first time we've had that, and I hope it's the last, but we're both getting better now, just kind of weak and feel kind of blah. I kind of got the raccoon eyes and all that, but you know, it is what it is. So I did before last week, I had gotten my chalk and notch Wren blouse finished. Now this is a picture of the pattern cover. And this is the line drawings on the back, and I made this version, which is just the shirt. I didn't make the peplum on the bottom or the ruffle or whatever for a dress. I just made the shirt. Like this pattern a lot. Love the neckline. Love the button detail down the front, the way that it's top stitched down. It's one of my favorite necklines I've ever made, I think. I did have a little trouble liking the sleeves, maybe is the right way to say that. They're actually in three pieces. They're a top part of the sleeve, a bottom part of the sleeve, and then the band. And you put the sleeve together, and you can kind of tell on the line drawing. With the larger part, the wider part goes to the bottom of that sleeve, and then it narrows down, and it has a little band that goes on the bottom. And as much as I love the sagebrush and those really dramatic statement sleeves, I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to love that. And it might be the fabric that I chose. It's just a cotton lawn. I'll put pictures in while I'm talking about all this. But I didn't like the way the sleeves kind of stand out right there. I don't know why. It just bugged me a little bit. And I wound up not doing the band around the bottom. I just did a narrow hem and then put elastic around right above that hem, so it has kind of a little bitty ruffle around the bottom, if you can see from the pictures, hopefully. But I like the blouse a lot, and I'll probably make it again. I'm not sure what I'll do about those sleeves. I might figure something out a little bit differently about that. But went together great. It's a great pattern. It's drafted really well. The sizing, I made a straight size 12. And that fits me good everywhere. I did it has these pleats in the back, and I don't think they're shown anywhere that I can show you. But it has two, like, I guess, fisheye darts in the back, not pleats, darts. So it has those in the back, and I wound up releasing those because I needed just a little bit more room through the hip and the bottom part of my waist area. So I let those darts out. So next time I'll probably leave a size 12 down through the bust, and then probably grade out to a 14 and leave the dart, put the darts back in, because that gave it a really pretty shape in the back. What else did I do? It hit me at a fairly good place. It's not super long. I probably would like it just maybe an inch or two longer. Because if it cuts me off at my widest point, it's not as flattering, how that goes. Anyway, I just cut about a 2 1/4 inch strip of fabric and just faced the hem and turned it up and did just it makes it have a beefier hem, and it hangs a little bit better. But I'll show you, insert pictures and all that of that. But I do highly recommend the chalk and notch Wren blouse. I think the Wren was a win. I've worked on that for a week. Hope you liked it. The Wren is a win. But I enjoyed making it, and I am going to make it again. I'm just not sure about those sleeves, what I'm going to do to make me like them a little bit more. The other thing I've been doing since I've been down this week, downstairs in the sewing room, I have some friends. It's a young little family, a mom, a dad, and 2 kids, a boy and girl. And she had asked me to make them an apron, each of them. So I picked up this little McCall's pattern at Walmart for $2.97, just a mommy and me apron. And if you can see the line drawings, that middle part and the bib is all one piece cut on the fold, and then it has these side panels, 2 side panels. And when you put it together, it's kind of like princess seams down the front. I think it's going to be really pretty. I have everything cut out. I've not made these yet. But I decided that for the little boy and the mom, or the little boy and the dad, I decided it probably wouldn't be the greatest pattern for them. So I have a book, an apron book. It's called The Perfect Apron, and it's by Rob Merritt. And I'll show you a picture of the front of the book if I can get it not to glare. It's got 30, I think it's 35 is what it says. 35 fun, flirty designs. But there's also some boy and men patterns in here. It has some full-size patterns that you have to trace. And then it has some that it just gives you the instructions on how to draft the pattern. Like you cut the rectangle a certain size, and then a rectangle for the bib a certain size, and tells you how to form the underarm rounded seam. So this is the little boy version, the butcher boy. Right there. And it will have the little half circle pocket on the front. And the one for the dad, it looks a lot like this. It's called Mood Indigo, and it's made out of patchwork. But you don't have to make it out of that. It tells you how, again, to draft that pattern very simply. And then, you know, I'm not going to do it out of patchwork because they wanted their aprons to all match. So I'm using this confetti fabric. Isn't it cute? And I've already got his little neck strap attached, and then around the arm I use some red bias, just store-bought bias binding, and that's the arm. And then the tie, the little waist ties wherever they're at, will attach right there to the side. But his is almost done. I've got it hemmed, and as soon as I do the other arm and add the ties, the little boy's one will be done. Oh, in the pocket. Have to add that. So I'm making those and getting along pretty good with them. I just started them yesterday, but I kind of wore out last night and didn't finish them, so I don't have a finished one to show you, but I'll show you hopefully in the next week. I lost my pattern and I had to go find it. So this pattern is old. It's from 1952 is the date on it, 1952. My husband found it when he was going through some of his mom and dad's things. And it says Marion Martin 9008, size 24.5. Oh my gosh. This is the pattern front. And it has some measurements on the back. And as you can see there, it has the pattern pieces shown. I think there's 10 of them. And again, that's the front. See the little, I don't know what you call that comes across the shoulders and buttons and in the pockets. The widest fabric it calls for on this is, it takes 4 5/8 yards of 35-inch fabric, and that's the widest fabric, I guess, that they had, because that's what's mentioned, 35-inch. So I don't know. The fun part, and I'll add some pictures in because it doesn't show up when I hold them up. I tried earlier and I couldn't get them to show up. But there are no markings on these pattern pieces at all. Now there are some holes, and I'm sure, I don't know if you can see anything about that. There are some holes, just circles, and there is a knot, like a diamond shape right here. And probably, maybe you can see that a little bit right there. A diamond shape. And then each pattern piece is marked with holes. And I don't know if I can get you to see that. I'll try to insert pictures if I can't get that to show up good. But that's the only markings on them. And this is the sleeve pattern. The sleeve. And I just found it wild. There's not any ink, any markings, nothing on them. But that's the oldest pattern that I personally think I've ever seen, and it's in really good shape. I'm allergic to like old books and old paper and mold, you know, the mold that gathers on books and papers and stuff that's been put away for a long time. So I have to leave that in a little plastic bag, and I keep it hanging over there over my industrial sewing machine. But but I thought it was so neat. My husband has the same initials as his grandfather had. So on the envelope, it has Mrs. Harris's name, but it's my name too. So I got a kick out of that, and he brought it home and was so happy about it. So, but I thought you might enjoy seeing that. Let me see. Is there anything else I wanted to tell you? I think that's all I've been doing this week. I will tell you, if you watch this on Friday, May 5th, today is the last day of the Love Notions sewing sale, pattern sale. And they have all their patterns on sale for 40% off. So I I went online. Went to their pattern sale online, and I got the Rhapsody blouse, and I think I got the Sonata dress, and I got something else. I can't remember. I've not printed all of them off yet, but I really love that Rhapsody, and I am very excited to make it. I really am. So they are, I think I paid $7.50 each for those patterns, and that's 40% off. And they have a new dress. I think it's called the Lennox dress, if I'm not mistaken, and top. And I don't think it's part of the sale, but it is discounted from what it would regularly be. So if you haven't already, check out Chalk and Notch in their pattern sale. I have several of their patterns. They used to have a couple free ones. I think like the Laundry Day Tee, I have it, and I think I got it when it was free. I don't know if it still is. But they have really good patterns, and they fit me really well. I've made several of the title dress. It's a knit dress. The back comes around to form the princess scenes, and it just hangs really, really pretty. And I hope to make some more of those too for this summer, because they're just a great little knit dress. But anyway, I think that's all I've got to share with you today, and I hope everybody's well, and have a great weekend. And thanks if you, also need to say thank you. Thank you to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for starting this hashtag. Also, I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I've got, I don't know, a little over 600 subscribers, and I was amazed. Couldn't believe that many people would subscribe to see my little simplistic videos, but I was very, very grateful, and everybody that's commented, I've enjoyed getting to talk to you in the comments. It just really makes my day every time I get to do that. Everybody's been kind, and I just really, really appreciate the likes and the comments, and those of you that have subscribed. But remember, the only way we'll ever be failures at sewing is if we stop trying. So never stop trying. But I will see you again in a few days, I hope. Take care. Bye.